Hey kids, are you ready for a game that makes you look like you're on crack? What?
It's time to talk about orcs and shit.
This game's called Dragon's Jeckhole. Oh, I mean Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is not what you told me we were reviewing. This is not what you told me we were reviewing. You told me we were doing Dragon's Dogma, not Dragon's Porno. Now, start talking.
Oh, you watch dragon porn? What's wrong with you?
Well, I liked Peter the Dragon a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, dragon cocks over here. No, but you want a game that really doesn't make any sense? Well, in my opinion, Dragon's Dogma.
Is Catherine all over again?
Oh, that game. Don't even get me started with that game. Oh, that game. That game. I don't know what to... Whoever made that game, something was wrong with them.
Hey, dragons, orcs, mystical wizards, I don't know what the hell's in this game, but just let's stick to that.
So, Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma. Let's see
You
here.
look excited about this.
Okay, so... You want to know the main story plot about this one?
Sure.
Dragon steals your heart. You have to give it back.
I'm sorry?
A dragon steals your heart. You have to give it back.
Was this taken out of like a pop-up book for children? Like, what the fuck?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Huh?
A dragon steals your heart. And you have to get it back.
Your optimistic enthusiasm about this really frightens me.
So, you start out playing as this guy.
I don't know where this review is gonna go. I'm really actually kind of scared.
This guy who has no name. He's just called him Arisen. That's what it is, an Arisen. Like your penis is Arisen. See? Okay. You start out trying to fight because this dragon stole your heart too. This is like a pre-created guy that you start out as. So you're going through this castle, just walking around, and you got this these characters called pawns. All right. So immediately I thought I was playing chess or some shit, but they're called pawns, and the pawns are AI companions that that help you out during the game.
Okay.
You get 3 of them in total. One being your main pawn, and the other 2 being pre-created pawns. But besides that, you play as this pre-created Arisen, and basically it's a tutorial. So that's the beginning of the game.
Okay.
It's a whole tutorial, so prepare to be bored.
I'm confused. I actually haven't heard a lot about this game. What kind of game is this?
Okay, so you want to hear what kind of game this is?
Sure.
Okay.
Your enthusiasm is striking up again. This really frightens me.
Okay, so listen to this. All right. Think of Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Think of some aspects from Resident Evil. Get that. If you're an archer, yeah. Capcom just decided to blend in these mini games. Devil May Cry, a little bit of Resident Evil, massive amounts of fucking Shadow of the Colossus, even though that's not a Capcom game, which I don't think it is. No, it's not.
That's not. But there's been so many games lately that's been borrowing off that game. It's not even funny.
Castlevania, Lords of Shadow.
Oh, dear God. Don't even get me started.
But, yeah, Shadow of the Colossus, those 3 games, they made a baby. They had a threesome and made a baby. And that's Dragon's Dogma.
Now, was it a sexy threesome or was it an abortion?
Not an abortion. I would say it's an average threesome. Okay. They did a real good job. It's an open world. It's an open... Dragon steals your heart. It's an open world.
You really can't get off the point of the dragon steals your heart. Like,
no,
do you have this little vendetta against this dragon? Like, does he, like...
No, because this dragon comes out of nowhere. And he's just like, you hurt me with your sword, so I'm going to stick my nail in your chest and take your heart and eat it.
I really don't know what to say to this right now.
And he starts speaking, like, Spanish. I shit you not. He starts speaking Spanish.
Fuck it, just go on with the gameplay.
Okay, but once you get past the tutorial, you get to create your own Arisen. You can fix hairstyles, fix facial structures, all out. Create a character. No limit. Well, actually, there are some limitations. Oh, if he plays a female character, you know what you can do with a female character? You get to adjust the breast size.
Okay, I'm not getting called sexist on this podcast again.
You get to adjust the breast size. Yeah.
Get off that. Let's talk about something else.
Breast size.
Trey.
Milk.
I know you love boobs. Move on.
Milk.
Let's talk about something else. What is the gameplay like?
So let me continue where I left off. Start out in a random village, middle of nowhere. Random village, just like having a happy, fine day with all your village companions. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And then you see a dragon. And the dragon starts killing everybody. And what do? You grow a pair and you take a sword and you fight the dragon.
That's it?
You stab its hand and it takes your heart.
Okay. Where does the game go from there?
So you're a human being without a heart called an arisen, as I said a million times before.
Yes. Let's get past the whole dragon steals your heart, like...
You don't understand how fascinated I was when I found that out. You don't understand how much that made any sense to me. Okay. Number 2, you get past that part. You get a pre-created pawn to help you out until you get to create your own. And, creating the pawn is the same as creating your own arisen character.
Right.
But anyways, as I said, it's open world. It's like they put elements of Skyrim into it too, or from some of the Elder Scrolls games.
So basically, this is a mixed bag game.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. And
I have to say, they did a really good job with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Even from what you're making it seem like this whole time, it seems like you hated it.
No, I really enjoyed. I actually played it 3 times to beat it. 3 times. This is how much I enjoyed this game.
Is it a quick game or is it a long game?
With all the side quests and random missions that pop up, this game's going to take you a good 20, 30 hours to complete.
Oh, okay.
There's so many things to do. Positives about this, the AI will always help you out. They'll give their thoughts, their opinions, which actually brings out the characters. God. Yeah. Say you're fighting like a huge ass orc, right?
Okay.
They'll be like, its eyeball is its weak point. Thank you, friend.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me that. This is why I like you.
Well, that's good to hear. What other positive aspects do we got on this one?
For the big monsters, you have to climb them in order to hit their weak points. That's where the aspect of Shadow Colossus comes in.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so... But this time, you just don't charge up a stab. See, that's what they did different from it. They don't charge up a stab. You actually climb on the damn thing, and you start whacking away at its weak point. Like no tomorrow. Like, I shit you not. I was just like, what?
Okay.
But climbing up on monsters depletes your stamina. You have a stamina bar and a health bar.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
Yeah, okay. So, so do your companions, to where you can have 3 at one time.
Okay.
Another positive is that areas, depending on what areas you go in, the scenery changes. So, say you're in a very sunny area, and you're like, cool, this is cool. Yeah. Well, you go into this like creepy ass castle area. The scenery totally changes to like make the atmosphere set in with you. You know what I mean? So I walked into this fucking castle. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna find all kinds of rare things. I shit you not. The whole fucking sky turned dark, and I almost shat myself because there's like ghosts and ghouls and skeletons. I'm like, what the fuck?
The way you're making this sound like, it sounds like whenever you're a little kid and you play the NES game Monster Party, and that the first level just changes scenery on you. It just goes bad shit insane.
Yeah. See, that...
There's only 2 people who are going to get that joke.
Nighttime makes the monsters harder to fight. It makes more high up leveled monsters come out.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, enemy types. Orcs. Little ogre things, dragons, griffins, golems.
So essentially what you're telling me is that this is kind of like Devil May Cry in the fact that it's like is it a beat 'em up?
No.
No.
The thing about this is that they actually did a really good job with this. Certain weapons
change the gameplay.
Yes.
Okay.
Say you're fighting a ghost, Holy weapons do more damage than normal weapons.
So what game would you say the holy weapons try to go off of? Like what type of style? Like
Dark Souls.
Oh, God.
Has a lot of Dark Souls elements in it.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, this seems like one of those games that like we could talk about it for a while, but it seems like it's like one that like you're just trying to explain it, but it feels like you essentially just want to say just go play the game.
A dragon steals your heart.
What's bad about the game, Trevon?
My negatives on it.
Yeah.
No fast travel.
So it's kind of like stupid on how you can't keep anywhere fast.
You know how long it took me to get from one point to another point?
I feel like I don't want to know.
Half an hour.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
It's like goddamn.
The only type of fast travel you have are these crystal things, and they don't even take you to the place where you want to go. They take you back to the capital of the whole area, and then you got to start off from there because I guess that's like the equal point.
Whatever. Is there any other complaints that you have?
Had some minor glitches. Say I would try to whack an enemy and I would do damage to myself somehow. Didn't really make sense. Another part is that no matter where you go, if say you kill the enemies in one area, run past it, you come back, the same enemies will spawn in the same exact location, the same area, being the same level. So really, once you get a high enough level, it's not really that much of a challenge.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So, see, and that's what makes, like, not having fast travel pretty annoying. Because you're not facing harder enemies in order to keep you intrigued with the game and make it a challenge.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Anything else?
Another negative is that the game can be goddamn frustrating at times. Because it gets to the point where, I mean, this is part of the challenge too, but remember those orcs I was talking about?
Yeah.
Imagine their weak points being covered with heavy plated armor.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah. Can't tell you how many times I died. Ooh, another cool thing too.
Back to the positive counter, kids.
Another cool thing too is that there's these ogres that only like pay attention to women in the game. Sexism.
Oh God.
Yeah, ogres in this game only pay attention to the women and only attack the women in your party or in your squad.
The ogres are the douches of this land.
Yes, they are. They're one of those douchebags that like try to put a date rape drug in the drink.
Oh.
But I'm not shitting you. That's how serious this is. Because never in my life have I seen a thing drop kick a woman. Okay. Never in my.
What do you mean by drop kick? Where it's just like she taps him, or it's just straight up like boom.
Straight up, both feet in the air, drop kicks the woman's heads are flying back. Actually sent my pawn flying off the edge of this tower. Never to be seen again.
Well, this sounds like a cruel game, and I feel like I don't want to talk about it anymore. Just because it like, you do want to make me play it just because of how, like, I wish people could see your face right now, just how you're trying to describe this game to me. It's like a pothead trying to explain a dream they had when they were high.
Or it's like it's like a pothead trying to talk to their mother on the phone. Doesn't really work out.
Oh.
But
So what would you give it? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, see, this
is what's confusing me.
This is the point where I can't really say what I want to give it until I explain a few more things. Okay. And this is going to be a pretty decently long review because there's a lot to explain with this before I give it a thorough like rating.
Okay, well then keep going.
Back to the negative part. The graphics aren't that good. The graphics look like.
I did notice that.
They look like smooth and PS2 graphics. They're just smooth. That's about it. That's how good the graphics are. They're not that great.
Okay.
Let's see. Again, the different enemy types. So get this. I was running around from the kingdom I came from, which is the main, point to where you fast travel back when you do have the stone. Okay.
Okay.
I was running out, and then all of a sudden I hear this loud screeching noise. Yeah. I look up, see this fucking big ass griffin charging straight at me.
What?
Yeah, straight at me out of nowhere. Didn't even give me a warning. And see, that's where the Dark Souls come in too. The Dark Souls elements doesn't give you a warning to when monsters are gonna pop up and drop kick your ass or shoot lightning at you like the Griffin does.
Okay, this is starting to sound like Castlevania, where it's just to throw every monster in any book ever written at you.
So enemies pop up out of nowhere randomly. Doesn't matter what you do. That can be a negative and a positive. The positive side being that it's a challenge. The negative side being that
it's annoying.
Yeah, really bad. The cool aspect about the Griffin battles is that, like, when you climb onto it, the Griffin will start to fly.
Okay.
And if you lose stamina, you're fucked.
Okay. So it becomes like a endurance game.
Yeah. The story, as I said, dragon steals your heart. You have to get it back.
We've already established the story enough. I don't want
No. But there's more to the story, though.
Oh,
that's the point I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
As I said, you're in a risen. You have to get your heart back to make you human again. I guess that's what the story tries to explain.
You the dragon, fucking it in the hole.
Basically.
Oh, well, I was kidding. You better tell me I'm not kidding.
As soon as you find out about this dragon, they start throwing in a whole bunch of shit into the story that does not make sense, that does not, like, relate to the main point of the story.
Okay.
So there's this organization called Salvation, to where it's like, oh, the dragon's going to bring the apocalypse.
What?
I'm like, what? There's people that praise, like, dragons bringing the apocalypse to the world. Like, what? Like, what the fuck?
This sounds like a metaphor for a crazy occult in the Catholic religion.
The Illuminados.
Not the Illuminados, like those crazy Westboro Baptist Church freaks. Maybe they'll pick it outside my house now that I said this.
Yeah, really. Another thing like that doesn't make sense to the story, to where I kind of figured out towards the end, but anyway. You know how castles have, like, dukes and lords that rule the whole area?
Yeah.
Well, the Duke, you see him about 4 times throughout the whole game, and you never see him again. And you wonder what relevance that has to the story. In this game, too, you can have romantic relationships with a couple characters.
On a level of, like, normal to Mass Effect, do you get to fuck them?
Not by choice, it's forced.
Oh. Kinky.
Well, one is forced. One is forced. Yeah. Oh, no. One is forced. The other one, you get in a romantic...
Is a man.
You get in a romantic relationship with the Duke's wife.
That's not good.
So, get this. And this is going to ruin for you for the people out there, because I want to explain it and how bullshit this is.
Spoiler
alert. So cover your ears if you want to hear this.
We'll tell you when you're okay.
Yeah. When you do romance the Duke's wife, you go into the part of the castle which is her bedroom, and, like, you're about to get down and dirty with this bitch. Okay. Like, anal sex all over the place. All right.
Ooh.
But the Duke walks in like he's, like, sleepwalking, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to do this." And I'm like, what the fuck is his problem? Like I don't know what the hell's going on. And then the Duke's wife has, like, really strong feelings for you. I don't know where she goes, "He snuck in trying to kill me." I'm like, you bitch! I did all this shit for you. I'm like, you bitch. I was like, you fucking bitch. You can go fucking burn in hell for all I care.
All right. Is there anything else you want to bring up about this game? Or are we done? I don't know if I can take much more of this.
Another thing that's cool about this game, positive aspects, would be the different classes that you can be. Not only are there main classes, but there's subclasses too. Say if you're a strider, which is the bow and arrow class, or the archer class, basically. You can be a ranger, which is a more effective strider, or you can be a magic archer. And magic archers use they don't use they don't use arrows. They use these bows that shoot bolts, like magical bolts.
The fuck?
Yeah, and that's probably one of my favorite classes. Mages, there's only one subclass, which is the sorcerer, where you can do like miasma and all that shit. But anyways, yeah, there's main classes and subclasses that are better than main classes in my opinion.
Okay.
There's set skills there's discipline points and there's experience points. Discipline points help you buy moves basically for your character.
Okay.
And there's regular moves and then there's enhanced moves. Enhanced moves make your fighting more better basically. So all in all, this game did a damn good job. This game did a damn good job with RPG elements of games, and this is the first game in a long time that I actually wanted to play this hours on end.
Great.
Not have any problems. So if you're an RPG person and you love like open world games and you enjoy slaying badass big ass monsters, this is definitely full price.
Okay. Well,
The dragon steals your heart.
I've had enough of you complaining about that. So
the dragon steals your heart.
I'm cutting this.
You have to get it back.
I'm cutting this off right now.
No, you're not, you son of a bitch. But anyway, yeah, full price, guys. If you're RPG person, definitely get this game. It's definitely worth your time.
Or if you're a Resident Evil fan, because it gives you the demo for Resident Evil 6.
That too. So yeah, thank you guys.
I'm not having you complain about dragons ever again.
The dragon steals your heart.
Good.
The choice falls not to me, nor to the winds of fate. It is yours alone.